Nia and Rhonda are on their road to recovery. Nattie and Liv get some sea urgent, but it's the season finale. Stay tuned.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
My God. We're all so excited. Jen is living her best life over here.
Right?
I'm so excited. I've been waiting all week for this episode.
I think Jen's on her 9th margarita.
Yeah, I know.
Like Nattie. Like
Hold
Nattie.
on. Not regular margarita, skinny margarita. But what's up, everyone? We are on our last episode of Total Divas. I am so sad.
I am.
But I have my beautiful people. We are all together. Finally, I have my total diva of our panel, Mr. Ollie Dreamer.
Yes, you know me. I'm back for this season. I missed an episode.
Yeah.
I'm so sad.
We missed you, too.
I missed you guys so much, but I'm happy. I'm so excited, and I'm sad at the same time.
And the ultimate Carmella fan, Jennifer Lopez.
Oh my God, I love this. Thank
Yes.
you.
And of course, the ultimate fan of wrestling, women's wrestling, everything in Spanish and English. Leslie Colon here, ready to talk about everything.
Oh,
Yes. So much.
So much.
To
It was
cover.
so much, just like all over the place. And I'm like, hold on, how are we going to talk about everything? Because everyone's just everywhere in this episode.
Yeah.
But Ollie, what were your overall thoughts on
Oh
this?
my gosh. I mean, we had some shade in the beginning. We had some tears. Y'all were crying.
I
yes.
know.
I was living. I love
Oh
Liv
my
Morgan. You know me.
God.
Can I just ask this question? How is it that Liv's not even an official cast member, yet she's the most relevant person on this
Seriously.
in this season? I love her so much, and I feel like the fans are totally behind her.
Oh my
and I really hope
gosh,
we get. We'll get a next season. We have to get a next season.
Yeah,
so
we do.
I'm just hoping for her for next season, and it was really just a great time hosting with you guys. Initial thoughts. That's I've been having a blast this season.
I think definitely because there's been so much push for Liv that we'll most likely see her next season.
Yeah,
For sure.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But Jen, what were your thoughts on this episode?
I mean, it was everything. It was sad. It was funny. It was emotional. I don't even know. It was like I was laughing, and then another time I was crying.
I
It was
know.
like, it was all over. But it was a good episode, and it was a good ending too. So
Yeah, I agree with you guys. It was definitely all over the place. There are some moments though where I wanted a little bit more from some people and a little bit less from other people, I guess you can say. But I think it was good. So let's go ahead and break into it. But before that, make sure to stay tuned because we do have our last special segment where we talk about all the shade that happened. News. We do have some news and maybe predictions on what's going to happen with these women because there's a lot of things that they reflected on and what we can look forward to. So stay tuned and definitely give us, let us know what you're thinking because I know we have people on the chat. Jen, who's in there with for us?
Joseph, Gabby, and just Gabby and Joseph, which they're always in here.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited and thank you for
Thank you
tuning
to our
in.
loyal fans,
Yes.
Joseph and Gabby, for being
It
here
says
every
there's
season.
9 people watching.
James,
Where are y'all
so-
at?
Writing your name.
Definitely let us know what you guys think of this episode. Because
Say
it was a good
their
episode.
names.
Let's say their names. But again, thank you for watching every single week with us. We really appreciate you guys staying with us for these 10 episodes because it's been a roller coaster and it's actually been a really good season.
Yeah.
So,
It
thank you
really has.
so much. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure to continue to subscribe to this. Like this last video. Give us your comment on what you guys thought about this last episode.
Yes, absolutely. It means a lot. We love talking about
No,
this show.
we love it.
We do.
Oh my God.
Slide into those DMs.
I think
we'll talk all
Tuesdays
night.
Tuesday
Oh
was
my
probably
God.
definitely our favorite
Oh,
day
yeah, for
because of
sure.
this show. So,
Definitely. But talking about Liv Morgan, since I know she's your favorite person, let's talk about this little surfing situation where they pretty much get sea urchin, which I had no idea what the heck that even was until I saw it.
Right.
And yeah, what were your thoughts on this whole situation? It's a 911 emergency.
I mean,
so dramatic.
yeah, I don't think it was as dramatic as they made it seem.
Seriously.
I'm sure they were in pain, but I didn't.
Well,
Nattie
Liv-
was like, I need to go to the hospital
I
right
know.
now. She was
Well,
so serious.
Nattie's the crazy cat lady, so of course she's gonna overreact. And Liv seemed fine because I loved how the guys were just picking
Carrying
him up.
her.
Yeah, she seemed fine. She enjoyed the pain. I don't know. But our girl Ariana was totally fine. She's
was.
walking
Oh, yeah.
out clean. She's just like, And of course, Sonya was like, "Oh, is Ariana okay?" Not even caring about the other two.
Yes.
Big time. Jen, what did you think about pretty much this whole situation? Well, you obviously just told us, but
yeah, it was too dramatic. I was over it. I was like, oh, can we go on?
Yeah.
I swear, last week when they showed it in the commercials, I thought it was going to be more dramatic. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, something like her leg got cut off. I don't know.
Her leg got cut off?
I don't know, something more dramatic, but not this. I was like,
no,
oh, God.
Please, no. I'm done with these injuries, with these poor women.
No, please, no injuries. Thank you.
I definitely agree. I thought it was a little bit dramatic. I thought more like she was going to get stung by like a jellyfish or something, because we do see those situations where those are painful. Those are dramatic, where people are in like a cast sometimes even, where it's a huge situation, but it obviously wasn't. They were completely fine. I think Nattie was being more dramatic than Liv. Liv was just like, I'm enjoying the pain, whatever, it's painful. But I thought it was hilarious, the point that you said that. Pretty much Sonya was like, is Ariana okay? But she didn't care about them.
She did not.
One thing that I did like about this whole scene was Ariana had her moment with Nattie, and the fact that she apologized to Nattie for the way that things happened, and how pretty much everyone was kind of thrown off about this. And I think it showed the fact that Ariana was not really siding with Sonya in the way she was being. And I think we got that realization till the end. But Ollie, what did you think about that mini conversation and kind of like that moment that they had?
Between, when she was talking to them two, it made me really like Ariana. I think Ariana's definitely been, the audience has been warming up to her as she's kind of like realizing her place in like the show, I guess, and like her relationship with Sonya, because we've seen like we've definitely kind of like given her the side eye in the past, but I think she's just really coming into her own and being more likable and more approachable, because she has been kind of like pointed throughout the season, and whereas now it's like it's flipped the script. Sonya's kind of acting like weird, and we're kind of giving her the side eye, so they just kind of switch. And I think a lot of it has to do with Sonya's paranoia, and I feel like Ariana is realizing that she is kind of like the outsider, and that she's been kind of quiet and to herself and kind of just really being observing, but also still trying to be present and just kind of part of the group, because it is probably awkward being the only significant other there, whereas everyone's friends and they work together, you know?
And not just that, I feel like Sonya has definitely put that on Ariana when she's not necessarily wanted it. I feel like they were in a place themselves where they were a little bit rocky in their relationship. So I think putting that pressure, like, let's hang out with all of my friends, where they all talk about wrestling, they had WrestleMania, so it's like a moment for them to talk about their moments, their WrestleMania moments and stuff like that. So I thought it was more of Sonya's fault, the way that Ariana was acting weird. But Jen, how do you feel about Ariana now, since we've seen her grow like in this whole season?
Oh, definitely different. You know, at the beginning, I just didn't like that Sonya was putting so much, and I think she kind of still is, but you know, I think we're seeing a different side of her. Like, I think she's more appreciative. I hope that she's more appreciative of Sonya doing all these things for her. But like you did say, I think when your significant other comes with you on a trip, on a friend's trip, it is a little different, you know, because you can't really let loose, and you're like, I don't know if they're gonna get mad because I'm doing this. And it's not that you're a whole different person, or you're, you know, the way you are is total different. It's something that they have never seen. But you know, you probably act a little more crazy, you know, with your friends around, and maybe she didn't want that, you know, she didn't want her to see that. But you know, I think now it's a little more different. She's likable, I feel. And I think now she respects more her friends and Sonya's career. Like, okay, you work hard. Your friends love you. I love you. You know, let me try to figure something out. Let me get to know your friends as well, you know? So I think she is little by little trying to give more to Sonya and not just Sonya giving to her.
And even like in the whole later in the episode where she revealed that she hasn't even said like she loved Ariana, or they haven't exchanged that conversation yet. So I definitely think that is like a certain part in the relationship where it is kind of like that paranoia, like, do I open up to a person? Like, do I just let my feelings out there? Am I gonna act a fool? And she even had a conversation with Brie later, and how Brie, or was it Brie or was it Nikki? They look the same nowadays. They actually look the same.
They do.
But I think it was Brie with Daniel. Brie with Daniel, and how she said that, you know, some of the best moments where I fall more in love with Daniel is like when we just act a fool and really just are goofballs together, and that's what a true relationship is, and the relationship is very beautiful.
Yeah. Well, one of the things we talked about last week, Ollie, I know you weren't here, it was kind of that thing about, like, when you're in a relationship and you do go somewhere. I was talking to Jen about this. I'm like, yeah, I feel like at a family party, I always have to be like, oh, you know, next to my boyfriend, or be like, oh, is he okay? Like, because you
just want them to be comfortable
in that normal setting, but it's not comfortable for them. Right. So, like, we can relate to that. But I do feel like Sonya was thinking too much into it to the point where she was like, okay, paranoid, not doing the right things, messing up more than really doing what she really wanted to for Ariana.
Right.
So I think it was too much. Sonya was too much into her head.
And I think also, too, what didn't help was that, you know, she got into that argument with Nattie about not being good enough and stuff like that. So all of that
paranoia.
stuff was... it was paranoia, exactly. So all of that stuff was in her head. So, you know, that's why she wasn't acting, because last week's episode, I was not feeling Sonya at all. And she is, like, one of my favorites, too. You know, I love her because she's so funny and she's so open and she's so relatable. But last week, I could not stand her. I was like, I couldn't, and I get it, you know, all that stuff, you know, at the moment, you don't care what anybody cares. You don't care what anybody thinks of you at the moment. You're just acting up and, you know, whatever. But seeing it yourself as a viewer was kind of annoying, you know, because not even Ariana was acting like that. She was just trying to, like, don't act like that. You know, they're your friends. You know, let's just have fun. I
think Ariana was more overwhelmed by Sonya's actions than actually realized. And Ollie, you know how stressful WrestleMania is, so you would think that Sonya was a little bit more calm.
Right. Yeah. But maybe she was also still pissed that her storyline got cut. I don't know. You know, I love me my Sonya. I will defend her. But I agree, though. Yeah. She was off her rocker for sure, so I don't know what the deal was. And it was nice to see Ariana just kind of do her best, too. 'Cause she was... Sonya, remember the hula dance thing? Yeah. Sonya bolted, and then Ariana was just trying to dance, too. And then she even
just grabbed that dress.
And she even just went on to do the surfing with Nattie and Liv. So it just showed her just trying to...
And I like that Ariana was doing that. I like that she was trying to get herself involved and not closed up, because she could have easily done that, like we said last week. She could have just gone to her room, locked herself up, and that's the end of the trip.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But speaking of that argument that you did mention, Jen, Carmella kind of instigated this whole thing and was like, are we okay here? But Ollie, what were your thoughts on this little scenario that happened where pretty much just started a whole fire between Nattie and Sonya again, and was like, you're talking crap about me, but I'm 5 feet away and you're saying all this stuff. I was so over it at this point.
Leave it to Carmella to stir the pot.
I love you, Carmella. Thank you.
Has nothing to do with her. It was pretty funny. I expected that from, like, Nattie to say that, or Sonya to say that, because there was tension, obviously, last episode. And then Sonya and Ariana were supposed to leave. They were saying they were going to leave, and they ended up leaving. So, of course, Carmella in her skinny little bikini, but, like, her body's rocking, so I can't even say anything. Like, but yeah, it was. I'm glad, because even though she did stir the pot, it was a conversation that needed to be brought up. You know, just address the situation, even though you have nothing to do with it, Carmella.
I know. But, Jen, did you really feel like they actually ended this whole feud and conversation at that moment?
I don't think so. I think they probably still felt a little, you know, kind of off. But I think because of the show, they, you know, they kind of had to be like, okay. But I'm pretty sure that when they got back home, they probably discussed it even more and was like, okay, you know, because you can tell that their friendship is real and they really care about each other. And Nattie's one of those people that, both of them, I can tell that they just say stuff just to say it. And, you know, like, they don't mean it, you know. But, you know, at the moment, you're just kind of hating. And it's not that easy to... If you're that type of person, it's not that easy to just kind of forget about it.
Yeah, for sure. And I think both Nattie and Sonya are that type of, have that personality where they're like, okay, I can't just move forward. But Ollie, one of the things that Nattie kept saying over and over again, and I think that's why she was a little annoyed, is that fact that nobody was really going along with her ideas on this trip. Especially Sonya. She was like bailing out on everything. Right. So do you feel like she was more upset at her for the way that she was acting, because she wasn't, in a way, I guess you can say, be grateful for everything that Nattie was kind of putting together for this vacation.
Yeah, and I just feel like Sonya was trying to place the blame game on Nattie too, as well, about the whole situation of, oh, why didn't you ever like push for me of getting an opportunity, you know? And I feel like Sonya doesn't realize the opportunities that she has had, and like I feel like Nattie sees the opportunity of Sonya even being on the show, like being cast. That's a huge opportunity.
Yeah,
and like props to Nattie for trying to get those other girls to have spotlight, you know, such as Liv, you know, and other girls, Lacey, whatnot, whoever else she mentioned, like. You know, just be supportive, because I feel like Sonya is getting those opportunities. She really is. Like, she really is.
Right.
And I feel like being on the show gives you an opportunity also inside the ring of possibly getting a push, because you're getting all these new fans who might not even be wrestling fans to get behind you, follow you, whatnot, and just support you on social media and whatnot, and possibly give you that push that, you know, fans are waiting for.
Well, not just that. I think it's a frustration for me in the sense that, like, Nattie has no control over this. She can mentor you and be like, you know, I want this person to go, but it's not like she's a writer and executive to be like, this is the next wrestler who's going to be doing a storyline and stuff like that. She's not in control of that. Maybe, again, like Nattie was saying, she probably just wanted a compliment because that's all she's giving. Nattie is not, like, she has no control over who moves up or anything like that. Or else I think she would be women's champion right now.
Like she said last week, she's like, I'm not Simon Cowell to a couple.
Exactly.
And there's no ill will from Nattie. Nattie has no enemies at all. No enemies.
Yeah, I think it was just her. It was just her frustration that, you know, Nattie didn't mention her, but it's like Nattie loves her. Nattie thinks the world of her. So it's just kind of like, that's already a compliment enough. You know, all these girls that Nattie mentioned, they're not there on that trip with you. So, you know, that says a lot. You know?
And aside from that, I feel like if you really look at the women right now, I feel like Sonya has gotten a little bit more TV time, maybe not enough, but Liv is not on TV at all.
Liv hasn't been on TV since July.
Like zero TV. Sonya has come up like with certain matches and stuff like that. Even with Mandy, it's helped her. Yeah. But I would understand for Liv to freak out and throw something like that. But, you know, I don't know. I feel like Sonya has gotten so much right now that I think it was honestly just her frustration with her storyline.
No, I wholeheartedly agree.
And that's understandable. You know, sometimes we get like that. You know, we all get like that. We get frustrated because there's moments that we're like, you know, time's going by and, you know, and you hear other people like they've already made it at your age and whatever. And you're like, oh my God, what am I doing wrong? You know, but it's like, you know, your time is going to come.
Sonya's 26.
Yeah.
She's so young.
She's so young.
So young.
She has a bright future. So
absolutely.
Big time.
But
let's talk about some recoveries here because we have 2 road to recoveries, which one was interesting to see was Ronda's road to recovery. We knew that her hand was broken, but Jen, were you surprised to see that she was getting surgery and all this was happening to her?
No. I mean, I was hoping that she got some kind of recovery because I know that she's not one of those people that's just like, oh, okay, my hand's broken. Let me just go on, you know. I know that even though she's no longer going to be, you know, with us and stuff, and I know that deep down inside she's gonna come back for sure, you know. And, you know, she even said it herself, you know, I want my hand to fight with and all that stuff. So it's like, you know, I wasn't surprised that she got the surgery done and, you know, she wanted to take care of herself. And I'm sure Travis was not gonna let her not do that. Like, biggest supporter. So.
I think Ronda is one of those people, kind of like Nia, they were in the similar situation where she's put it off for so long and she's like, okay, I guess now it's time to fix myself because or else how is she supposed to live like for a while or do little things, you know, even as a mom now, like to cook or stuff like that. If she's gonna want to become a mom. So I thought it was interesting to see, you know, I like the fact that her mom was there and Travis was there. But one of the things that we did see, I think it was kind of brief with her and Nia as well, that they threw her a party. So, Ollie, what were your thoughts on this kind of going away partying and the fact that the girls did this nice gesture for
It was so nice because sometimes you would think, like, not seeing the show. That's why I love the show because it gives so much more light and insight on what goes on behind the scenes because you would think these girls would be threatened by Nia, or not Nia, Ronda. They would be threatened by Nia. No, I'm kidding. Judging by how she reacted this season. No, I'm kidding. But they were so supportive of Ronda, and they really do love Ronda, and they have great friendships. And I was like, oh, does Ronda even like the Riot Squad? She loves the Riot Squad. They're like besties. Her, Liv, Sarah, Ruby, whatever. And it's so cool just to see how much they appreciate Ronda, and Ronda's in her confessionals week after week saying how much she is honored to be in WWE and be with these women and uplift them and them uplift her. And how many eyes, like the girls realized Ronda brought in more people outside of WWE. So she really has done things regardless of what you think about Ronda. I know Ronda had like this huge push, huge run, and she deserves the rest.
Not just that.
And recovery.
Think about it. Like, if it wasn't for her, in a way, we wouldn't have that historical main event at WrestleMania.
We might not have had that.
And yes, I understand people's frustration sometimes, like, oh, she came from BSC, she only did a year, and she got everything given to her. But at the same time, it's like, all the women are gaining something from her.
Right.
So we have to appreciate that in her hard work. So, Jen, like you said, you predict that she's going to come back. So do you think that she's not going to have babies anytime soon?
No, I think she definitely is going to have babies, and I think she wants to have that family because she's been pretty darn sure that she's like, this is what I want, you know, and she wants to give her family that devoted attention that she hasn't been giving because of, you know, her hectic schedule for WWE. But I think she's gonna come back with baby and all, so we're gonna see her
like a Brie.
yeah.
I definitely,
that would be awesome to see her come out with the little baby and just, you know, with the little mini skirt. Oh, that would be so cute.
Keep the baby away from the ring.
I don't think that will happen where the baby's gonna come up.
Never know. I'm
the
just saying.
new tag team part.
I know. But I do think, you know, she does have a baby will be front row with Travis.
Yes, right there.
Yeah, exactly. But so one of the things I do think is going to happen is she's definitely going to come back. I think it's going to be really soon because we do see that little hint of her, like in the promos and stuff like that. So I'm guessing it might happen sometime soon. And I think it might just be for a small storyline for WrestleMania probably.
Right. Yeah.
And then it'll be over because,
awesome.
like, I think one of the relatable people that, or a person that she can relate to is Brie because she's like, even though they show up here once in a while, she still has that time to focus at home, to be a mom, to focus on other things that matter to her. And obviously now we saw that clothing line and other projects. So I think that would be a best balance for Ronda to show up in better like pay-per-views or anything big where they do need a woman to represent them. I think it would be a good thing. So I definitely don't think she's done.
Something for WrestleMania for sure.
Oh,
I think
for
it'd be smart for her to come back kind of like having all this time off. You know, she's not pregnant at the moment, but maybe let's go back for like a small storyline or whatever and see how I'm feeling. Do I want to keep going? Or do I want to like, just do this small storyline and have my baby, you know, and start the family and whatnot and come back in the future, you know? It's like she said, you never retire from the business.
And she's so young, too. So, I mean, she's only 32 years old. So, it's like she's pretty young. She has a good support system. So, you know.
Yeah, for sure. Now she's on the road to recovery. But someone who really wants to come back for this upcoming WrestleMania that's in April already is Nia. We saw her do 2 surgeries on her both legs. So to be honest, it was a little bit heartbreaking for me because it seemed like a lot. So Jen,
so painful.
What were your thoughts when you saw her in the surgery room and everything and her coming out?
I mean, I was so happy, you know, because she was happy, you know, and she was getting the surgery done, and you could tell she's just very excited to come back to work. You could tell that, you know, work is, you know, she has such a good work ethic, you know, and I'm just excited to see her because I think the surgery actually, it was a big relief for her, you know, and I felt like she doesn't feel that stress and that tension that she had over her. And that's why she was acting, you know, kind of weird the whole season and very, you know, rude and mean to all the girls and stuff.
Watch out, Carmella.
I know, poor Carmella, but
I love what Nia realized in this episode is that she had like an amazing... She's had
5 years.
Amazing career.
Yeah,
and it has been nonstop. However, she realizes, oh, wait, you know, like I've had amazing career and I actually kind of need this time off just for myself. And I love the business, but I'm going to come back and stronger than ever. And she is. She will.
Yeah, no, she is definitely.
I think this was definitely one of those moments where it was like very cut short. It was kind of like, all right, we saw her get the surgery, and then we kind of saw her.
Yeah.
I wanted a little bit more of her, because it was a big moment. It was a big relief and stuff like that. I wanted her to see her. You know.
I actually was kind of happy with how much we saw of her. I was okay with seeing a little bit of her because I think. Right now, like she said, she needed that time. So I think cameras being on her all the time, getting recovered and all that, I don't think it would have done good for her. I think she needs a little bit of time off from cameras and everything.
But just like being the season finale, I would have liked for at least the girls to come visit her or something like that because it is the season finale. It is she does need that support, so I wanted to make sure that she did have that.
Yeah, because she wasn't at the party,
right, or anything. Well, obviously, so I would have liked to see a little bit more of like the girls being there for her. We saw just a FaceTime call, but it was very cut short. Yeah. So both Rhonda and Nia are on their road to recovery to hopefully come back for this upcoming WrestleMania that is happening in 2020 in April already. But let's go back to Hawaii because there was a lot more in Hawaii. I think it was more of like everyone had their little moments. Carmella had her little moment where she was obviously
topless.
Taking all her pictures and stuff. But one of the realizations was that she wanted to move in with Corey. So, Jen, I know that's your favorite couple. What were your thoughts when she kind of revealed this and was like, it's time, sooner or later? But I feel like it was very soon.
I think it's a little too soon. But I mean, I'm nobody to...
You do?
I actually do think it's a little too soon because, you know, I mean, I'm nobody to judge their relationship or anything. But I mean, I love them together. I'm like their biggest fan. You know, they make an amazing couple. They're so cute. I love them. But I do think it's a little too soon, you know, because especially of how they started.
Right.
You know, it started so rocky and so bad, you know, especially for her, you know, as a woman and getting all these threats and all these like name calls and whatever. And I just didn't like that, you know, because there's no need for all that. But,
of course.
You know, but I think it's a little too soon. But I mean, if she's happy, I'm happy for her, girl.
Okay. So. Well, welcome to the wrestling world. Yes. That's what happens when you are in WWE.
But I understand why she wants to do it because it's so far, you know. Like, it might seem so close, you know, like, oh, we're going to see each other. But it's far, you know. You don't see the person that you're with every single day. And, you know, her moving out there.
But like, they are in the same business. So at least they do. I feel like it's different. They're different in the sense that, like, Ariana and Sonya, they're not in the same
right. Exactly.
Not the same. They're in the industry, and I see them on Instagram and together all the time. So
I mean, I'm pretty sure now they're living together. So that's
but not just that, they're on the same brand, so it's like they still see each other.
Oh, they are? That's right.
They're still traveling around the same time, so it's not like they never see each other.
But I think it's different because, you know, eventually you do need to go back home and take care of business.
She's gonna
and all
defend
that stuff. So I'm just saying, you know.
Anyway,
for me and Carmella, girl, I got you. I'll be your publicist.
Oh my god!
Hey, speak it into existence.
Exactly. Anyways, Jesus.
Are you watching, Carmella?
Are you watching?
Let's get into Liv Morgan.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
I love her because this moment we were both crying, me and Jen.
Oh my god, yes.
It was very. I just love the fact that we got to see an intimate moment with Liv, even though she's not in the cast, you know. It was more of her giving a little bit more of herself to the girls because everyone else kind of knows each other a little bit more and they're more close. But I love the fact that she kind of revealed that she's never been on a vacation, so it was really touching for her that they welcomed her in. So Ollie, what did you think about this episode and kind of... Obviously, Brie offered to bring her mom out, and her mom came out, and it was just a beautiful moment. What were your thoughts? Because you were laughing, but I was crying.
Know. I was laughing because you guys were crying. It was laughter of joy, and it was happy. I was happy for Liv because I love Liv. I'm a huge Liv stan, and I think she deserves the world and all the praise. And she's also very young too, you know. And I'm really excited for the future of Liv.
Yeah,
I live for Liv, and
makeover.
Yes, coming soon. I'm so ready for this. But you can tell how passionate she is, and she really has. I feel like a lot of people can relate to her story of like, I didn't come from like much. I came from a family of 7 siblings. My mom's a single mom. I lost my father, and that was very touching. I didn't know about that at all.
Right, me neither.
And she's, like I said, she's so young, and I feel like she just has her whole career ahead of her, and I really think she's so humble at the same time. She's really appreciative of everything, and I love seeing how supportive the girls were of Liv, especially Brie. Brie gave her the concussion.
I know. Oh my god, I totally forgot about that. Now that you said that, I was like...
But you guys don't understand. I'm a huge fan of Liv. I love her so much. That was not shady.
Hold on. To defend the fellas, she hadn't came back in the ring for a long time, so it's okay. Gabby in the chat helped me out here. Joseph too, but no, go ahead.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to be shady, but no. Liv is awesome, and it was so nice of the Bellas to bring her mom there. They did not have to do that, and I really wish Liv is a cast member because I wanted to hear. I wanted to hear from Liv what that moment meant for her, right? You know, and I just wanted that confessional and just to hear what Liv had to say, because she's just like, you see Liv on the show, but you don't get to hear her story. She has to say, and like even in the ring, like I can go on, but I won't. But like I just want to know more about Liv and what she is. Yeah, absolutely, and like what she thinks of stuff. You know,
exactly.
There's so much to her, and she's so talented.
But Jen, obviously I know you were touched by this moment, but how did you feel when you saw the fact that her mom showed up and she was speechless? She was
so speechless. She like walked away because she was like, no, this is not real, you know? And, you know, I think lately for me, being close to family has meant so much. So seeing her mom, like, it just really got to me, you know, because it's like, you know, she's so, you know, I understand her, you know, she's so far away. She's enjoying this trip. And she's like, oh, I wish my mom was here, you know, enjoying this with me. So I know in a way she kind of felt like, oh, you know, I'm having fun, but maybe I shouldn't have too much fun. And seeing her mom there and both of them getting to enjoy this, like, it was amazing. Because you never know. And, you know, she was older and, you know, it's like you never know what might happen, you know. And it's like you got to enjoy moments like this. Exactly. Every little moment you have with family members, whether they're far or close to you, you see them every day or not, you know. It's always
her
important.
Reach that message. So I love it. Yes. But one of the things that we saw back to a couple was Sonya and Ariana had their little intimate moment. And Miss J-Lo, you were right.
I knew it. I knew it was in a ring. I knew it was the key. Thank you. I wish I had like a little sound effect like, dun, like, yeah, you're right.
Producer Jonathan,
but I knew it all along that they were gonna move it together. I knew
J-Lo,
it.
you could be right sometimes.
But go ahead, Ollie. What were your thoughts?
The winner of this match is J-Lo.
Thank you.
I'm just happy for them.
Yeah.
I think it showed a lot for Sonya to make that huge sacrifice. I feel like Sonya definitely has the financial support to do that. That was incredible.
I mean, did you see pictures?
She was building a house from scratch.
She was talking to her mom too, right? To get that all done. I'm like, damn, Sonya. So, and I just was happy for them because they admitted that they love each other, and we all want that. Or if I want that. But it's who doesn't love like a happy,
we
gay
do.
Story, not storyline, gay couple. Like I ship them, and you know I
do. I love them too, and like, you know, Ariana has really impressed me throughout you know, the whole season, and getting to know her better, not from like the beginning when we saw her like, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, you know, but. I mean, I just wish them the best, and you know, it's a new home from scratch, from the bottom. So, you know, I'm hoping, you know, I'm just wishing them the best, you know, because Sonya loves so hard. You can tell she loves so hard, and she's giving her everything.
And that photo she gave her.
Everything.
But I love seeing Sonya just rock it. You know, her body isn't like. And I love that these girls are all different body types. You know, we got Nattie, we have Carmella, who's like the curvy one, and like we have Sonya, who's kind of doesn't have boobs, and like we have Naya, and it's cool just seeing how the different body types of all the girls and how no one looks the same. So I think shout out to that.
My biggest takeaway from this was the fact that Sonya grew. She was more relaxed. You know, we did see that little conversation on the boat where she apologized to Ariana, she apologized to Nattie, and was like, I'm sorry for everything that happened. I think that obviously did come from Brie's conversation where she was like, look, just relax and just be yourself, because that's what she needed. Yeah. She needed a reality check kind of, and was like, just be you, because I think she was overthinking too much into it. That's why things were not going the way she wanted it to. But I love the fact that here she was very vulnerable. Ariana felt that too. It was very sincere. It was a very
sincere moment.
Just don't be twerking on Sonya when Liv's mom's right there. Look at girls gone wild.
You know.
Seriously. Ariana, her mom is right there.
You literally yell, you're like, her mom is right there.
When we were watching it, I was shocked. Okay.
That was so funny.
Girls gone wild.
We see our Bella twins leave, and we finally kind of see the appearance of Trinity. Ollie,
God.
what did you think about her semi-appearance? It was 24 hours.
I mean, I missed her. She really wasn't a part of this season at all.
She was,
and I miss her on television, like on.
I miss her too, but I actually didn't miss her on the show because she wasn't so much on the show. So.
But I mean, all I can say is I hope she returns to the ring soon.
I hope so too.
Because she is amazing.
She's not wrestling and she's not on Total Divas, so there's something going on, obviously. Yeah. I just wish, of course it's something serious. Again, it's her life, but she has been very open, so I hope we kind of get an answer soon. Yeah. Because, WrestleMania is coming up. And
even if we don't get an answer, just her coming back and just...
Yeah, it's like, is she gonna even return to the show at this point?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So
I don't think so.
It sucks. Yeah.
But it just sucks the fact that it ended and the fact that we don't really see much of her.
I know. And she's such a fun girl. And she's I love her.
So talented.
She is very talented.
That was pretty much it. We kind of see everyone. I know we saw everyone reflect on their moments of this whole year. So because this is the end, I want to ask you guys, who was your favorite, person in this whole season that you felt grew, that you connected with the most, and that you want to see more of in the next season of Total Divas? Ollie, go ahead.
Do I have to say it?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my God.
Well, I would say Liv.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure.
But I'm not going to say Liv, just because she's not a part of the official cast. She's the friend of the show, but hopefully a part of the cast next season. I would say Sonya, just because I feel like she did grow in this season. She
I think so too.
Was even talking about kind of the recap of how she learned so much about herself. Yeah. And like I said, she's young and I feel like she still has so much room to grow, still has a huge career ahead of her. And I loved the episode of her on the Pride float. Like that was awesome. Seeing like her, she's like the only out wrestler in WWE right now. Yeah. Not that haven't been in the past, but she is such a huge trailblazer to me as a female wrestler, you know, a female queer wrestler. So I just really admire her so much, and I love her so much.
Jen?
I think for me, all of them, but if I had to choose one for sure, Natalya. She went through so much with her dad's passing. It took her so long to recover from that, but she's come back so strong, and, and no matter what she goes through, she's always there for all the girls. Exactly. She made this trip happen, and even though it didn't go the way she was expecting it, she loves so hard, and she loves really hard with all her friends and her family, that I think she's growing, and every day, every year, every time she's in this season, she just grows and grows more, and she learns from all the girls, whether they're newbies or anything. She is always learning from them, because that's what it is. Even though you're the OG, you can always learn from the newbies, because it's a different world, it's a different time. So, and I like that about her.
I have to go with, because I've been a loyal fan to Total Divas since season 1, I have to go with Trinity, because I've seen her from bad times to good times to family members, situations and stuff like that. So I do think that when she's ready, she will give us an answer of what's going on. There hasn't really been much rumors. I don't know, Joseph, you're in all the wrestling news, so let me know maybe what's happening with her. But I want to see more of her relationship, because her and Jimmy are super funny, and I just love their relationship. So I did miss her a lot in this season, because she has such great moments with everyone, and she's a really good mentor to all the new girls as well. So I definitely missed her. But now let's go ahead and move on into our last Shadiest moment.
Oh no. Okay, so for me, my shadiest moment was when Liv told Natalya, don't call Sonya because she don't want to pick up your call. It was when Sonya and Carmella disappeared to go blow up that picture. And she was like, don't call her because she don't want to pick up that phone from you.
That's right.
That is funny.
That was the funniest thing ever.
Go ahead, Ollie.
Oh, God, I don't know. I really don't know. There wasn't a whole lot of shade this
episode.
There
wasn't. But since I'll go ahead and give you one. Okay. I have to go with when Sonya picked up the phone and was like, is Ariana okay? That's the first question she asked. God. She didn't care if anyone else was okay.
Exactly.
So I thought that was a little shady, because, dude, those are your friends. Come on.
I don't know. I can't even think of one. I'm so sorry. I failed.
Well, because you always do shady tweets, go ahead and go with your shady tweets.
Oh, I actually don't have shady tweets.
I
already said something super shady in this after show. I feel really bad for it.
No. That is true. She shaded Brie Bella.
I'm sorry, Brie.
All right. So we have some of our shady tweets. And the first one is from the Total Divas Twitter account. It says, when you've had too many cocktails, hashtag Total Divas, and it's Sonya, and it's Trinity and Ariana calling her you beach whale.
Damn.
That's funny.
Yeah. Sheesh.
That was funny. We can see the gif there. It's hilarious. The other one it's my favorite moment too. It's from Total Divas Twitter account as well. It's things are still a bit cold in Hawaii. Hashtag Total Divas. And it's when Carmella goes and is sitting on the table. Are we okay?
Oh my God. I thought it was so funny how she was just like acting like nothing.
Yeah, that was the funniest thing ever. Last one is not a shady tweet, but we need this for sure. And I think we need to put this out there. Yes. Is at Total Divas from Amber saying, at Total Divas, make Liv a cast member next season.
Agree. I think we can all agree.
And I love the gif. It's hilarious. So we need to put that out there in the universe for everyone to see.
Quickly, what are your predictions for these cast members, Ollie? Or just one?
And now,
I don't know.
AfterBuzz TV.
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Liv's gonna be out of the show.
No, go ahead. With Liv's makeover, what do you expect from her?
I'm expecting a push, and I want to. Hopefully, that push also maybe includes her into being Total Divas too, as well. Maybe that's why they were saving Liv to be put back on TV. I think she's gonna wait for 2020. 2020 is gonna be Liv's year.
Oh,
all right,
that's awesome.
Okay, then.
I definitely want to see all these divas come back, but obviously we know that Ronda's it's not gonna come back.
Yeah,
but I do wish maybe obviously if we do get Liv, that would be awesome. But obviously including Liv, maybe another member from the WWE Divas, somebody else that we might not know.
From NXT.
Oh, cool.
Anybody.
That would be cool.
Yeah, anybody from that would be somebody that we don't know completely at all.
Yeah.
That would be awesome to add to the Total Divas crew. So that would be awesome.
I think there's a lot to look forward to with Ronda. I do definitely think there's going to be a comeback. And I want to know what's going on with her baby making, if they're having problems, if it can't happen, or just anything like that, what's going on with her health. So, but I do believe this comeback is happening, especially because with those promos, they've been cutting them. So I do think she's going to come back for WrestleMania.
And are the Bellas going to be in the Hall of Fame next year? Ooh. Have you been seeing the news,
no,
the gossip?
Really?
No.
Go on Twitter.
Too soon.
What?
People will not shut up about it. I just wanted to say that before we ended. But
I also want to give a shout out to Joseph, Gavi, and Haywood Wong, Billy Rowe for being with us this whole season. Or if you just joined us, thank you for being, because you guys are amazing.
Yeah, you guys are so fun.
You guys are so knowledgeable.
I want to thank you guys for being here with me this season, because I'm normally on this after show, but we had a switch of cast members ourselves. So thank you for being here with me. I really appreciate it. And go ahead and tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah, I'm so excited. This has been one of my favorite shows to host this year. So thank you for letting me. You guys are amazing. You're my divas. You guys can follow me over the holiday break season, whatever, until Total Bells or whatever we do. At Ollie Dreamer on Instagram and Twitter.
And you guys can find me at Jen_Lopez_89. And I'm so excited and sad and everything all at the same time. I don't want this to end.
I know.
But thank you guys, and thank you guys for being my amazing co-hosts.
Yes,
you guys are awesome.
Sure.
Always.
And you can find me at @LeslieCologne_. And I'm still talking about all things wrestling, but in Spanish on WWE Raw every Monday. And I do jump into the English one here once in a while. So I'm not leaving you. We're still talking about wrestling. So definitely follow me, and we will see you soon.
Next season.
Woo!
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.